Msouehole is a place that is steeped in a lot of history. It's a very romantic place, a very industrial place from its fishing history. It's a very autonomous place. Back in the day you could do everything here, from what I'm told. There were 30 shops, there were several fish and chip shops. And yes, it's changed over time, but it's a place that still has a very strong sense of community. There's so much going on all the time, from the Sea Salts and Sail Festival to the Carnival to the Msouehole Male Voice Choir to all those people that I've left out, the Solomon Brown Hall, the football club obviously, and I think it just gives it that special place where people feel sort of connected and looked after and welcome. Just many things going on, and it gives you a big hug. The harbour gives you a big hug. It's almost like, I think somebody once said that the harbour walls are like two big arms that just come out and give you a big embrace.
Just about as far west as you can go in England, there is a small village football club that's starting to make a big impression both on and off the pitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mousehole AFC and Mousehole AFC!
Come on, Mousehole!
Mousehole AFC have been playing here for over a century now, and this season the first team are competing in the Southern League. That's the second highest placed team in the whole of Cornwall.
We're just at the end of the world, aren't we? So if you're at the end of the world, you have to have a USP. And your USP for some football clubs can be throwing silly amounts of money at people. That's not us.
Jake Ash has risen through the leagues as a player, and now he's doing it again as a manager.
They've said we have to have a different USP, and that's how we run things, how the club operates. How the boys are treated in terms of how they're looked after, the facilities, the kit, all of the bits that add value. You know, I was fortunate to go on a journey through the league, so came across a lot of football clubs and don't think there's many like Msouehole, really don't.
I absolutely love Msouehole, and to play for them it makes me really happy, and to play the football we play and the style that Jake and Andy and Jack and all the other coaches they want to play, it's why you play football, so that you can play that style and you can enjoy it. It's everything you want from a football club. Obviously, like the university setup and college setup that I went through was almost as professional as it could get. You train 4 times a week. You got good facilities, you got a gym, and when I came back from university, that's exactly what I was looking for, and I've found that in Msouehole. You know, we get given our gym programs if we want it. We get to train twice a week with great coaches and great players. So I can't speak highly enough of the club. Everything I've expected and was promised, I've been given here.
But the club's recent success is not down to footballing prowess alone. Throughout the year, an army of volunteers keep the club up and running and in mint condition.
My granddad was the groundsman up here for many a year when I was a child. So it's been a long time. I've played for the club, been on the committee for the club, stood on the gate, cleaned the change rooms, been behind the bar. I think I've done pretty much everything apart from managing.
Alright, you okay?
Yeah, good, thanks.
What are you doing on here?
It's a real family affair for us. So my husband's involved, I'm involved, my children have been involved, my mother and father-in-law, my aunties, uncles, my mum was involved, obviously my granddad. So yeah, it's a real family affair.
Yeah, there's probably different.
And you remember
But there's one challenge facing the club that's beyond even this band of helpers. Getting to Trungle Park can be something of an expedition. This part of Cornwall is famous for its narrow lanes, but with success on the pitch comes more interest in watching the team. The local villagers are getting fed up with the increased traffic. The road simply isn't up to the job.
So I took that out yesterday. This could come out.
So the chairman has sought the help of the neighbouring smallholder, who has gifted the club a slither of land.
The success of the club and what's happened here has created a lot of people in cars, buses, caravans, bikes coming to this place because and they come here because they like what's going on, and we're aware that is causing problems to our residents, and we'd like to help and sort that out by putting a better access rather than coming around those narrow lanes, meeting farmers and tractors and what have you, and then into the village, and they're trying to get a big coach up a tight lane where it should never be in the first place. We want to try and help put that right with the new road.
Planning permission is in place to build a road, starting at the club car park and ending up at the main road from Penzance to Land's End. This will bypass the village of Paul completely and take all traffic away from the existing potholed road. But these are tough economic times, and although we're used to weathering a few storms out here in West Cornwall, building a road requires more than the club can generate on its own.
Low centre of gravity, guys. Yeah, it's all technique.
For 100 years, this club has been pulling together to get us where we are today. It's now time for that extra push to take us on to the next stage of our journey. And we'd like you to come along.
Being where we are is almost brilliant, even though it makes life difficult in some ways. It makes us have to be unique, it makes us have to think outside the box, it makes us have to be special, and I think everyone realises that, so that's what we all strive to do. I just love being part of something that you are on a journey and you don't really know where the journey's going to go. It's been brilliant to this stage, but who knows where it's going to go. But no one's saying, let's stop here, let's just rest. We've done all right, everyone's going, let's see where it takes us, and that's exciting.